You might not see D3 athletes on TV, but behind the scenes, they're grinding just as hard as their D1 colleagues, all while having what some say is a more well-rounded college experience. Cars at the Michelin Challenge will reach speeds up to 165 miles per hour. But for drivers like Sellers, entertaining the fans and of course the adrenaline rush is what makes it all worth it. Another thing the Peace students told me is they just have more time to hang out with all of their friends. So if you're a high school athlete, don't not go into a D3 school. It might actually be a little more beneficial. If UNC pulls out the win tonight, they will be a big celebration on Franklin Street, and they will help Chapel Hill Police make sure no incendiary items are brought upon the street. Roy went big, small, the whole shebang. Garrison Brooks started the game and had a really strong performance with 16 points and 16 rebounds. The Tar Heels were fired up to break in Roy Williams' court officially for the very first time. Senior Kenny Williams led the team early on the offensive end, including this driving layup past Cardinal defenders. College athletes at schools across the country have the same challenge, time management. But that's where the similarities end. Big-name sports programs spend more time in the spotlight, so Division I athletes spend more time in training.
My friends at Loyola that play lacrosse, they don't have much time for anything. They're always either studying or playing lacrosse.
Kirsten Dunham is a freshman women's lacrosse player at William Peace University, a Division III school in Raleigh.
I decided to go D3 because I knew I would have the opportunity to have playing time.
Dunham turned down a D1 offer to Towson University to come to Peace instead.
Here at Peace, I have classes in the morning and then practice in the afternoon, and then after that I'm free.
You might not see D3 athletes on TV, but behind the scenes, they're grinding just as hard as their D1 colleagues, all while having what some say is a more well-rounded college experience.
I don't think a D1 athlete would be able to balance 18 hours, credit workload.
That's exactly what Peyton Easton is doing. The senior plays on Peace University's baseball team, takes 6 classes, and has an internship. Easton says that's possible only because he's at a D3 school.
I'm able to talk to my coach, say, here's the days that I can come to practice, here's the days I can't. We have a really good relationship.
Peace University's Roger Chrisman is always impressed with the leadership and involvement of athletes at his school.
At a D3 school, you know, a student has the option of also being members of clubs and leaders and organizations. They can be on the student newspaper or in a design club or biology club, as well as being a student athlete.
Peace is giving them both a more realistic opportunity to live the dream of getting playing time in college athletics, while also allowing them to prepare for life after sports.
I'm a political science major. I would love to work at a nonprofit of some sort, but it's more realistic to me. I'm looking at the next step in my life.
From go-karts to cars going at top-end speeds, Brian Sellers has been racing for 20 years.
That's when it's enjoyable, is when you can get nose to tail with other cars, you can beat and bang up against each other.
On August 19th, Sellers will drive in the biggest race of the IMSA season, the Michelin Challenge in Danville, Virginia. The race will be held at Virginia International Speedway, a track known for its variety of turns and high elevations. Sellers stressed what a win could mean for him and his team.
When we get there, we'll have 3 races left, which means, you know, you're coming down to the end of the points chase, and if you can deliver a result here, it can carry you to the end of the season.
Cars at the Michelin Challenge will reach speeds up to 165 miles per hour. But for drivers like Sellers, entertaining the fans and of course the adrenaline rush is what makes it all worth it.
You fought with another car for over an hour and you get out and you have the time to take a breath and realize what you're doing. That's when the adrenaline hits and you think, man, that was, you know, these are the things you live for.
There is an important thing that keeps Sellers going after racing for so many years, something he doesn't want to lose.
There's a certain love for the sport and an identity that goes along with it. It's all I've ever known and all I've ever done.
In Raleigh, Kimothy Jones Jr., Spectrum News. The Heels returned to the floor Tuesday night at Elon to face the 8-2 Phoenix. The Heels came out ready to play and were dominant at the net, with Ava Bell and Skylar Wine both crushing the ball along with Elon's hopes and dreams. Now we head over to the soccer field. The Carolina men's team was scoreless for a while against the Old Dominion Monarchs on Tuesday. But in the 42nd minute, Jelani Peters finds Mauricio Pineda, who scores a goal and gives the Heels a 1-0 lead. From the hardwood to the green, the Tar Heel men's golf team couldn't quite pull off that Tiger Woods-like victory this week. The Carolina Panthers have some interesting questions going into the new season, like how quarterback Cam Newton will perform under the guidance of new offensive coordinator Norv Turner, or how the secondary on defense will be good enough to match with their stout front seven, led by linebacker Luke Kuechly. What does it mean to you to actually be here today, and what is it going to mean for you to be in the stands watching Duke versus Carolina?
Yeah, honestly, it's like a dream come true. Some people go all 4 years and never get this opportunity.
Roy might need to take that Duke approach from last year and incorporate more zone defenses. Now, there may be some zone is for cowards folk watching, but just hear me out. You saw how talented Duke was last year, but the Devils couldn't defend well.